Hey girls, today I'm gonna talk about cultural differences that I saw when I was in the States, which is back 6 months ago, but I can't wait to be back there. Let's go. I'm at 6 months and a half of immigration process. I can't wait, like I'm shooting for December to be back there. But when I was in the States, the first time I actually went to the States was after being in Montreal. And we crossed the border to go to New York City, and we just like drove into small cities and everything. And I just noticed some like really cute differences that I didn't get. It was really exotic for me, like really surprising. Even some stuff are shocking. And the more I learn about the American culture, there is like some stuff that I didn't get, and I think most French people wouldn't get because it's very special, but I still love them. Like I still think it's part of your culture, and I absolutely love that country. It's just honestly, like I told my husband the last time, I was like, like if you ask me to choose, like in my heart it's really 50-50, the States and France. It's really, I don't know, like I can't wait to be back. So the first thing that shocked me, it's the drive through everything, the drive through bank, the drive through pharmacy. It's like, for me it's shocking. It's like you can't even like park your car and just walk to the bank to withdraw your money or to get your medication or something. Like it's drive through. That is so weird. But it's interesting, and it's actually very useful. Like the drive through bank, I actually really like it. The drive through pharmacy, not so much, because at the end you still, I mean, the experience I had to come back an hour later to have my medication ready, whereas in France it's like immediately you go to the pharmacy and you have your medication. So I was not that convinced about this one, but the drive-through bank has some points. The second one is the Sweet 16 party. This one I really don't get it, and I'm not sure if I like it or not because I never went to a Sweet 16 party, but what I heard of it, it's like, girls, you're definitely not a woman at 16. It's like, no, you're a teenager that want to throw a giant party, to have a very expensive nice dress, to show off your friends and everything. But I don't get the concept of celebrating a woman at 16-year-old. The third thing, oh my gosh, this one, Black Friday. I really don't get this one, and this is the only one I don't like at all. It's like the day before, it's Thanksgiving, okay? It's like you're grateful for the things you have, you're embracing your family and heritage and everything, and I don't know, like 10 hours later, you're fighting each other for, I don't know, a battery or a DVD or a flat screen, but really like you're fighting each other. I don't get that. Like running like a race in the supermarket to get sales that you can have basically on another time of the year. Like I don't get that stuff of Black Friday that comes immediately after the being grateful celebration, and then you just, I don't know, for me it's the one that is crazy. The fourth thing, the political signs in the front yards. That is so exotic for me. Like in France, it's very anonymous. Like we don't ask people for who they vote, or it's not something you say publicly. You don't. It's secret and anonymous. You don't put signs on your front yard like that to show. I mean, I think it's cool because it's like, oh, you're proud of your opinions. That's really good, but that was really weird for me. The over patriotic car sellers. What's up with that? You're selling cars. What is patriotic about cars? I don't get it. Like it's not even all American cars. Like if it was okay, a pure American stores or second-hand American cars, okay, but I don't get the stuff of having flags everywhere and patriotic music and I don't know, like over American ads and everything. I think it's really cute, but it's something I don't get, and I mean that's why I love the States. It's because of all those little differences like that. Oh, regarding to food, the pumpkin and sweet potato pies, crazy for me. Like the first time somebody mentioned that, I was like, wait, you can make a pie from a pumpkin and it tastes good? It's crazy. I actually really miss it. You can't find anything like that in France, but it was so unusual. It was very, I mean, I loved it. The first bite, I loved it. Like both of them. I prefer the pumpkin than the sweet potato, but it's just, yeah, it's a brand new culinary world that is opening to me. So it's pretty good. Something I love: the 24 hours open supermarket. Oh, it's like I love doing my groceries when there is nobody, and in France, most of them close at 7 p.m. The big one close at 10 p.m. But that's it. And then even if you go at 10 p.m., like you can see the hatred in the eyes of the cashier, which is normal because he wants to go back home and have some sleep. But the 24 hours open, it's so nice. Like remember all those road trips we took with my husband, and it was like 3 or 4 in the morning and we were hungry, and it's just let's go to Walmart to grab some cupcakes or some pie or something. That was so cool to do your groceries like in the middle of the night. Talking about supermarkets, having Nile full of guns and hunting tools and not sword, but how you say like hunting knives and bow and arrows and machetes, or I don't know, like it was, and bullets and everywhere. It's crazy for me. Like I stopped maybe 20 minutes in that aisle to just like look at the rifles and the guns and the bullets. Wow. In a supermarket, I can see like a gun store, but in a supermarket, I mean, I loved it. That's how I knew it was not Kansas anymore for me. Like it was really a different country, but loved it. Something I absolutely love too, and I think it's awesome, and we should do it in France. It's the personalized license plates. It's so fun. Like you can have a glance of the personality of the guy driving or something like that, like just by the name they choose. I think it's pretty cool. I have some ideas for mine as soon as I'm in the States. One big event for you, the prom. We don't do that. It's something we see in American series, TV shows, movies, etc., stuff like that. The prom is a concept that you celebrate your high school years, but you need to have a very expensive dress on you, whereas you're just, I don't know, what age are you when you go to prom, like 15 or 16, something like that? Maybe older, I actually don't know. But it's a concept like celebrating the end of high school that we don't do, and I think it's a regret of mine. Like I would have enjoyed like celebrating my high school graduation. I think it would be cool, but yeah, for us it's completely foreign. Something that I really love too, when you go everywhere in any shops and everybody is asking, hello, how you doing? It's like, oh, you actually care? Like, I mean, the first time they asked me, I was like, does he actually care about how am I doing, or is it just a question like that, like in the wind. I don't even have to answer or something. Like, it's I don't know. It's really nice, it's really pleasant, because the cashiers, the waiters, all the people like that, like in the customer relationships and everything, it's really pleasant to being like, oh, you actually care about my life. Not going too much into my life, but actually it's pretty nice to ask how you're doing. Something I don't get, and I still feel uncomfortable doing it, it's the friendly hug. It's like, you don't know someone, like when I met my husband's family or my husband's friends that I never saw like in my life, and they just like, I call that the fake hug. It's like the half, and you're just like, oh, hey, hi, the fake hug. That is warm and cold in the same time. I felt so awkward in that moment. In France, you probably know that we kiss each other's cheeks, which is super awkward for my husband too. Like when he came here, it was like shaking hands of my friends and everything, and they were like, wait, does he have a problem? No, that's the way they do it. They shake hands and they do fake hugs. But yeah, it's still an awkward moment for me. I still need to process that one. So another thing that I don't understand, that I didn't get at the beginning, but now I get it. It's the tipping stuff. Like, I don't know who to tip. You have to tip your hairdresser. You have to tip the waiter. Okay, that I get it, because we do that in France. But tipping your hairdresser, tipping, I don't know, like everywhere. Like, I didn't know who to tip anymore. Like the guy who puts your groceries in the bag, I was looking at him like, do you want to tip? Something like that. Like, give me an eye contact to know if I have to pay you or something. I don't know who to tip. It's really confusing for me, because we don't have that culture of that at all. And at first, the first time I went to the States, it really looked like bribe to me. Like, oh, I don't know, like bribing people. It felt like that for me, and it was just I don't know, awkward too. Like, I felt really uncomfortable. Okay, not the last thing, but almost. The taxes that are not including in the price. That drives me crazy, because I see a pair of shoes at Target or anything, and I'm like, oh, that's only $16, that's awesome. And then you grab few stuff, because in France that's the final price. When it's 16 euros, you pay 16 euros, everything is included. But this, like, every time I count in my head and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm at like $50, and I go at the checkout, and then it's I don't know, $62, $65, and I'm like, what? Why? And I always forget the taxes. I don't know why. It's so not useful. I don't get that one at all, and I actually don't like this one at all too, because I don't see the reason. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's I feel like it's fooling people for the final price, kind of. Okay, and the last thing is the doggy bag, what we call like that in France. Okay, when you are not hungry anymore at the restaurant or something like that, in France, don't do that unless it's for your dog. Like, really, it's seen like you're a cheap person that has like, oh, I paid it, so I have to bring it home and finish my meal. It's not very polite and not very well seen. But in the States, and I love that actually, you're not wasting any food, and that's really good, because I hate wasting food, and you can just like have your meal, the rest of your meal in the fridge waiting for you for the night or the day after, and you don't have to cook. It's very convenient and practical, but it's just it took me a little bit to get used to that one, just to not feel judged by the people around, which actually they don't do because everybody does that in the States. But like really in France, I wouldn't do that like for the world. Like really, like you would have people staring at you, like if you put your stuff in a nice little box, and like I don't know, like technically they give you the rest of your meat in a like foil paper, so you know it's for your dogs. Like everybody knows, okay, oh, it's for the dog. But just for you like that, like I felt judged the 2-3 first times I did it in the States, and then it went away. It was just like too cool and too convenient. Okay, so that's it for the little differences that I loved about the States and that I really miss. I can't wait to be back there. This is this kind of stuff that made me feel like it was not Kansas anymore for me. It was just exotic. I don't think it's the right word, but I mean, for us it is. It's like Americana. Like I'm not in France anymore. It's the small differences like that, the cultural events or celebrations or food that make us love that country. Okay, so I hope you liked that video, and I really hope that you didn't get that in a wrong way. Like I'm not criticizing at all. It's just I'm just stating some points that I actually, for most of them, I actually really liked that part of the States. So that's it for that video, and I see you in the next one, girls. Bye.